Today is March 15th, I believe, and I just came back from the ER. I've gone, I don't know how many times at this point. Today, in particular, I want to talk about some things that happened. There's so many things I want to get out, but I want to get this out. It's very, very important. I went to the ER this morning because I was in pain. Um, in the wee hours of the morning too, maybe 4, 5 in the morning. And I probably got out maybe 8 or 9. And then I came home. I wasn't feeling well. My stomach was hurting, which there was none of the things that I told them was wrong with me when I got there. And I had a massive, massive poop. Um, I was in so much pain. My head was hurting, my feet was hurting, my hands were hurting, and I finally was able to poop, and it brought me some relief. I was really weak. I just felt really bad. So I went back to the ER. When I got there, they had me in the waiting area for a little while, and then they took me eventually back to this room. Um, Nobody did an EKG on me. I was complaining of head pressure, my face and forehead. Along the side of my face was numb. The back of my skull was numb. Up the base of my spine. To the back of my head was numb. Again, same, my feet and hands and my stomach hurting. I even explained that I saw blood in my poop, which I did. So I'm in this room. Let's say I got to the ER. Let's say I got there around 2:30, 3 o'clock. It is now 8 o'clock, and I'm just leaving. The only thing they took from me was the 2 tubes of blood. And I noticed it was really thick and slow coming out into from the IV into the tube. But I don't know, that could have been where he withdrew the blood from. I don't know. But so I digress. The duration that I was in the ER, you can't have anything or eat or drink until you see the doctor. So I had water and a banana that I had from earlier, and I ate and I drank that. And then I fell asleep. And the doctor came in and she talked to me, and the first thing out of her mouth was, after asking me questions about, well, how many days did you have the poop in your stool, and I'm sorry, the blood in your poop in your stool, and how long has your stomach been hurting, and when did it start? When did that start? And we talked, and then she recommended I speak to like a health support liaison or a behavioral specialist or something like that. And that's fine, okay, no problem. So when I spoke to the specialist, I explained to her what my position was, where I was coming from. Meaning, I've been in the ER since a good 2:30 this afternoon. It's 8 o'clock. You're focused on how many times I've come back. And I'm focused on something that's happening to my body that is very new to me, that is unfamiliar. And with COVID being the way that it is, it could be life altering or death. So what do you see in the blood? Because I can feel like the stuff draining. I just can't explain to you how weird I feel at times. But my biggest issue is us not being advocated for, or when I bring up an issue, then we need to talk about mental health. Okay, cool, we can talk about mental health, but can you tell me why the right side of my face is numb and tingling? And why there's pressure in my head? Because that's what I'm here for. Why my feet are burning? And then I say, well, you need to follow up with your primary care doctor. And I'm like, my primary care doctor is like, you should go to the ER. So it's a bunch of back and forth about who should be doing what. And so, I spoke to the liaison, and the information she gave me, I took it. But I also let her know, listen, you are doing your job, and I get it, I respect it. I'm here because something is wrong. Other people may not see it, but I know I feel it. This is new. Nobody said COVID before. We're all going through this together. If I have an issue with something, I want to come back. I'm not worried about what anyone thinks. I'm worried about receiving results, which at this point I haven't received any. I have 5 children. 3 of them are under 5, which means they are children. Um, my teenage son is here, but that's a lot of responsibility, to be placed in his lap. When I'm able to advocate and say, hey, I don't feel well, can we look, can we see, can we, rule out some things? That's all I'm asking. Not, I need attention. You know what I mean? Like, no. I have enough stuff around my home that I can do and take care of every day that I will be busy for the next 30 years. I promise you. I'm talking about like detailed doing this. Wash these clothes, fold these clothes, put these clothes in the bag, get these clothes to the Goodwill, put these clothes away for the next season, pack these clothes up, sell this. I have enough to do at home that I don't have to run to the ER for attention. This is not what this is about. What I'm saying is something is wrong. My body is going through changes because of the COVID. Um, is it over? Am I completely out of the danger zone? What is the danger zone? Is it the same for every person? These are the things that I want to know, and they're saying to me, well, I think it's a bit excessive. You were here 3 times this week. I think somebody dropped a ball because I had to come back 3 times this week. And I'm saying, checking my blood. Okay, you check my blood. You check my urine, right? My feet are burning. What are they burning from? Is it has the COVID did something to my nerves? My hands are aching. Any suggestions on what I could do to make them warm again? Take some Tylenol. Oh, okay. When the Tylenol went off, then what? And so for me, it's a big deal because I feel like I'm being ignored, and the only focus is how many times I've called the ambulance or how many times I've come back to the ER, and I just don't understand it. I think that we should be very clear about what we need. Like even I said, well, hey, leaving when they were discharging me, it's 8 o'clock. Nobody offered me anything to eat, anything to drink. And I've been here for hours. Oh, the nurse says to me, well, we had to wait for the doctor to see you. Well, the doctor saw me more than an hour ago. I'm still in this room waiting for something, Um, and why am I in this back room? Where's the heart monitor? And a pulse monitor. I'm just back here. I'm still in pain. The pain that I left here with, my home with today, I'm still in that pain. No pain meds were given of any kind. This is a lot, but I really wanted to get this out. Advocate for yourself. You know your body better than anyone. Pay attention to the signs. When you feel like something's wrong, say something. Ask a lot of questions. Make sure you're doing your part as far as eating healthy, getting exercise, fruits, vegetables. That's the one thing I can say about this thing. COVID has blessed me in a way where my palate is different. I don't want a bunch of junk. At one point, that's all I ever eat. So, I'm just going to take my time because I'm really getting exhausted. Talking has really made me really wonder. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer those questions for you. I want to just keep getting on talking about my experience with COVID and the way I feel and how it's impacting my life. So yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. Make sure that you are clear about what's happening with you. Write things down if you need to. Ask a lot of questions because again, I went to the ER for pain, and my heart rate was dropping. That was never monitored. They did my blood pressure before and after. What about the in between? So there's a lot of things that I need to address that were not addressed at all, but I just don't have the energy to talk right now. So please stay tuned. I really appreciate you. Your time and your attention. You could be anywhere in the world but you're here with me, and I most definitely appreciate that. Right now, what I'm feeling is really sleepy, really tired, really slouchy. And I figured I would document all of it because It's important. I haven't had any medication of any kind. This is what it does to my body. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can check my heart rate and my blood oxygen level. I'm trying my best to check it. And like I feel like I don't know, like popping in my head. My son over here laughing at me. Why you laughing? You laughing at me? He over here laughing at me, y'all. I don't know what for. I'll find out later. I don't even care. So yeah, my heart rate down to 41. My oxygen is 93. And my heart is at 41 beats. So this is what I mean. This is what I mean when I say it makes me really tired. Can you pat my back, please? Pat it. Oh, this is what I mean. This is what I have to go through. And it'll raise my oxygen up. And then in a second, I'll check it again, and my heart rate will come back up. Why you laughing? Stop. Oh my God. Let me see if it'll come back up. See how it came back up to 61? But that's still low. And my oxygen is 74 now. Pat my back. This is what happens to me, and I'm telling them something is wrong, and they just keep telling me it's the side effects of COVID. Pat my back. So I'll start documenting this as much as I can, because this is what happens to me. And then when I call the ambulance, by the time they get here, my heart rate is back up again. My oxygen is back up again. Pat it hard, please. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Can you see that? Now my oxygen is 98, and now my heart rate is 105. This is what I'm going through. This is what's happening to me. And I keep saying something's wrong. So I'm going to get some water, some lemon water, and try to get something to eat and just sit here, because this is what I now have to go through. And I was telling my son, I was looking at myself, I feel like I don't even look the same. Like I feel like I look sick. I feel like I look sick. Like I look sick. So, yeah. I'll do it again. There it go again. There it is again. And they said to me, oh, well, the pulse oximeter is finicky. Well, then when it's given an accurate reading, is it finicky then too? It's 94, and my heart rate beats per minute is 74. Oxygen 94, heart rate 74. So, get some water and stuff. We'll see what it is in a little while.